Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree shares exciting family news. The Baylen Out Loud star announced her engagement to boyfriend Colin Dooley in a joint Instagram post with TLC on Tuesday, February 11th, featuring two black and white photos of the couple. In the first pic, Dupree, 22, and Dooley, 23, posed on a staircase with Dooley's arms around Dupree. In the second shot, the pair shared what looked to be an iced coffee, drinking from two separate straws. Dupree showed off a stunning engagement ring on her left hand. Congratulations! Baylen Dupree and her boyfriend Colin Dooley have confirmed the news, they're engaged. Don't miss the proposal on the new series Baylen Out Loud Mondays on TLC, the caption read. Dupree, who was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome shortly before her 18th birthday, opened up to people about her relationship with Dooley in a recent interview, calling him her medicine. He is the prescription that I've needed for a really long time that never runs out. It was just meant to be. He just understands me so well, she said. He distracts me from a lot of the things that consume my day and my time. It just really helps just having someone there who gets it and understands me. He is the prescription that I've needed for a really long time that never runs out. It was just meant to be. He just understands me so well, she said. He distracts me from a lot of the things that consume my day and my time. It just really helps just having someone there who gets it and understands me. He still is learning, but I mean, so is everyone else, she added. I am still learning about it. My parents are still learning about it, Dupree said. There's so much more work that needs to be done to educate more people and to understand fully what people are going through and dealing with. Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree engaged to Colin Dooley after 2 years of dating. She said yes. Baylen Out Loud star Baylen Dupree is engaged to her boyfriend of 2 years, Colin Dooley, the reality star confirmed in a Tuesday, February 11th, Instagram post. Two black and white engagement portraits of Baylen, 22, and Colin, 21, appeared in the post, one of which showed a close-up look at the TikTok star's massive oval-cut diamond ring as the duo sipped out of straws while sharing the same beverage. The other photo showed Baylen cuddled into Colin's arms as they smiled for the camera. Viewers will be able to watch how the proposal go down, as the joint post by TLC and Baylen noted, don't miss the proposal on the new series. Baylen and Colin originally met through a dating app, and she's discussed on Baylen Out Loud how he helps her day-to-day life while living with Tourette syndrome. The neurological disorder causes Baylen to have uncontrollable tics, ranging from the odd sounds and inappropriate outbursts, as well as seizures. He's like my backbone, Baylen explained in a confessional on the show's January 13th premiere. Everything that I do, just being around him helps. He understands me somewhat better than I understand myself a little bit, which is kind of the same way for him. I understand him better than he knows himself. He goes into Target with me. He comes with me into stores because I'm scared to be alone, she continued, declaring him my left and right-hand man. Colin had a frank discussion about the challenges that would come with a life alongside Baylen with her father, Alana Dupree, in the February 11th episode of Baylen Out Loud, as seen in a clip released by TLC on Monday, February 10th. It appeared to be a precursor to Colin proposing to Baylen. You've said multiple times that I haven't seen that side of her, where she's been bedridden, and she's had to take showers with clothes on, and you and Baylen's mom, Julie, had to give her showers, Colin told Alan. The active duty U.S. airman continued, I haven't seen that side of her, but I'm not leaving her side no matter what. Or leaving when things get tough. She's my number one priority, and I can promise you I will do everything I can to protect her. Alan responded, I can't say this enough, 'cause I mean this. Nothing better happened to my kid. Nothing. I need Colin to make sure he is in this with everything he's got. I just need him to try. I just need him to try, Baylen's dad told producers in a confessional. Alan warned Colin, if she's over there on your watch and something happens to her, I'm telling you, Colin, I will find you. Okay, as Colin responded, I understand. When a producer asked Alan, are you ready to let Baylen go? He replied on the verge of tears, whether I'm ready or not, I've gotta let her go. Sue. It was a hard conversation to have, Colin told a producer while wiping away a tear. I think right now I'm still kind of digesting everything, because it makes me feel, am I doing something wrong? But I know that I love Baylen with everything in me, and I will do anything to prove to Ellen how sincere my feelings are for her. Is Baylen Out Loud fake? U.S. Tourette Association issues statement on concerns about show Baylen Out Loud, the latest reality TV show from TLC, has some viewers questioning its legitimacy and how much it may dramatize Tourette syndrome, leading to the U.S. Tourette Association issuing a statement and information on the program marking the latest of various anticipated reality TV shows coming in 2025. Baylen Out Loud shares an inside look into the life of social media/reality star Baylen Dupree. Dupree boasts over 1 million followers on both her TikTok and Instagram accounts, which helped lead to her taking center stage in her own TLC series. The official Tourette Association website shared a statement on the release of Baylen Out Loud, which centers on Baylen Dupree and her experience with Tourette syndrome, TS. The statement began by offering gratitude for Dupree's efforts to raise awareness by bravely sharing her experience with TS through her show. Baylen Out Loud is a new reality TV show that follows Baylen Dupree, a young woman diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, TS, as she navigates daily life with the support of her family. The Tourette Association of America, TAA, is grateful for Baylen's efforts to raise awareness by bravely sharing her experience with TS, coprolalia, and other associated conditions. The association acknowledged hearing from community members who worry that audiences will watch the series without the context necessary to counter the common misconceptions and stereotypes that stigmatize the condition. The group also vowed to share science-backed information about each new episode weekly to help educate audiences on what it's really like to live with TS. The TAA has heard from members of our community who fear that audiences will leave the show without the context necessary to counter the common misconceptions and stereotypes that make TS such a highly stigmatized condition. We understand these concerns and are taking steps to mediate and educate throughout the duration of the season. Each week, we will update this page with science-backed information about the themes discussed in the show to help audiences understand and appreciate the realities of living with these conditions. Such a statement from the Tourette Association, which actively avoids criticizing any dramatic or outright fabricated aspects of the show, is a great stamp of approval for Baylen Out Loud from the health organization. When asked by Page 6 what Dupree hopes people take away from her show, she wanted to make it clear that she is not the definition of Tourette and that cases vary across the spectrum. I would like people to take away that Tourette and Baylen, I'm not the definition of Tourette, I'm not. I'm just demonstrating and showing you my life with Tourette, and I don't want people to think, oh, this is what Tourette looks like in everyone, because it doesn't. The first episodes highlight different symptoms of Tourette that Dupree experiences along with diagnoses of OCD and coprolalia, which leads to involuntary obscene vocal outbursts. These tics started when she was as young as 7, and she was diagnosed with Tourette at 18 years old. Before the series began airing, many fans expressed concerns that Tourette would not be highlighted properly or accurately, considering how TLC has previously exploited disabilities for comedy or drama in the past. Others worried that the network would play the condition off as a joke. However, that appears to not be the case, as detailed by people who truly deal with Tourette daily. The Ticking Together YouTube channel, run by a woman named Carly, who also has Tourette syndrome, gave credit to Dupree and TLC for their depiction of the neurological disorder. She praised the team for teaching people about the spectrum of Tourette's and for providing detailed facts about people diagnosed with Tourette's as well. She was able to relate to many of the same symptoms from which Dupree suffers and loved seeing her family stand up for her during her episodes. Baylen Dupree's boyfriend Colin pops a big question ahead of her move to Washington, D.C. Seriously? Exclusive. In People's exclusive first look at the Monday, February 3rd episode of Baylen Out Loud, the influencer, 22, and her boyfriend, Colin Dooley, chat about her upcoming move to Washington, D.C. As they look across the water, Baylen opens up about how much she loves the city and tells cameras why the move would be beneficial for not only her relationship but also her personal and familial life. I love Washington, D.C., and it's the closest city to my parents now, but also gives me enough independence to be by myself, she tells the cameras while explaining to Colin why the nation's capital is the perfect place to be. Baylen, who had been diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, is interrupted by an unexpected tic. Joe Biden lives in the White House. There's vaginas hanging from the White House. Joe Biden's buried in my backyard after snorting cocaine during the Revolutionary War of 1812. Goddamn, she says after taking a breath, mouthful, literally. I have no idea where that tic came from, but I can promise you, I have no idea what the president's activities are or where he's buried, she jokes in a confessional. He's still alive, so that's good. Let's just pray that it doesn't get me in trouble when I live here. When Baylen struggles to remember what she was saying, Colin reminds her that she was talking about how much she loved the city. With a smile, she tells her boyfriend how excited she is to move and be closer to you. I mean about that, I think we should have a talk, Colin says as Baylen's expression quickly goes dark and concerned. So my roommate is moving out. He got his relocation orders. I've asked around. I've been asking people if they need a roommate, but I don't really have any luck coming with that, he says before asking, so I was just thinking, what if we live together? Seriously? Yeah, okay. Well, yes. Obviously, I want to. This is so exciting, like, what the heck, she laughs, surprised by his offer. In his own conversation with cameras, Colin opens up about how he hopes the move will allow him to help Baylen with her tics. I want to move in with Baylen, because after that tic attack that she had, it really made me start thinking about how I can be there to support her once she does move out, and how I want to be there to help her as much as I can, he explains. Check out the new mid-season super tease for Baylen Out Loud, which follows Baylen Dupree, a vibrant and resilient 22-year-old with Tourette syndrome, as she navigates the challenges of becoming an independent adult. In the teaser, we see Baylen touring apartments with her boyfriend Colin. Her parents have concerns because of her tics. While viewing one pad, her mom sees a deck and says, "That balcony situation, hard no for me." Baylen explains in a confessional, "My parents are still worried about my safety because of my tics." Cut to Baylen telling her mom that for the next apartment, just me and Colin are going to look at it. Once they do find a place, there are still some bumps in the road. Baylen and Colin clash on her birthday after issues with him arranging the couch delivery. She explains, Colin was supposed to be handling everything for a new couch to be delivered and they're outside right now. I've called Colin 4 times. When she sees Colin later on, she's upset, telling him, "It's my birthday. All I wanted was help with the couch." He gets upset and walks away, saying, "I don't even want to be here." Baylen Out Loud, Baylen Dupree gets majorly overwhelmed at Tourette syndrome convention. In this week's episode of Baylen Out Loud, Baylen Dupree is heading to Dallas, Texas to 4TicCon, which is a convention with people who have Tourette syndrome. At the event, she met with Dr. Hermitet, an expert in Tourette syndrome, in hopes that she can help Baylen. While talking to the doctor, Baylen broke down in tears when talking about how living with the disorder makes her feel. Later in the episode, Baylen had a severe tic attack.